Last we left off, you guys were um, turning in all of your missions, trying to gather any sort of funding you can. A request was put in for a piece of equipment by Graw to Brock in order to find out if he can actually start utilizing his extra appendage as a potential weapon.
Yeah.
Then you guys decided to turn into Kepler, and Kepler funded you all of your various rewards for completing the various tasks that you were able to do over the past couple of sessions that we've played. A few more than that, actually. But you all have been paid, and then he handed you all one that had came to him just moments earlier of an undead horde that has been attacking the city or the town of Easting. It was a first come, first serve type request, and that the payment would be received to those who accomplished the task from the city of Easting. On your way there, you encountered just outside of the city a band of highwaymen goblins, excuse me, that put up a very harrowing fight against a lot of you, and put the group barbarian at death's door. But after a little bit of recuperating and some awkward revival that Sporecap has been known to do before, he was able to bring up the hobgoblin captain and another hobgoblin as potential companions for the group. The barbarian of the group did not take too kindly to this and decided to dispatch the hobgoblin captain, as it was the image of his prior threat.
Yeah, because he's a bitch.
Aside from all that and the tension that builds in the group along their travels, they were able to narrowly avoid encounters with some pretty suspiciously strong creatures.
Yeah, suspicious.
However, you all continue to make your journeys along the main road and have encountered some of the local citizenry at the very small village of Priapurl. You were able to log yourselves in to the inn here at Priapurl and gather a day's stay after some pay was transferred. How do you all wish to continue?
Ooh. We already took the night, right? It's daytime.
Oh, you arrived here during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what time is it?
It was Sporcap and Yorn who walked up.
Yeah.
Softened the blow as to what might have been observed.
Yeah.
And continue to introduce the party segment by segment.
Right.
You were able to meet.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
I was going to say you were able to meet Bren and Kevdek, the town guard and the innkeeper. I don't believe in that order. I believe it was swapped actually. But aside from that,
was Greb the one that was on top of the building that came running down, or
Kevdek?
Did we not meet that person? Okay,
Kevdek was the one who was in at the guard that you encountered.
Okay.
He was watching out on the road.
Okay.
Bren was the innkeeper who took down had asked you to take down your information and pay for the room that you desired.
So fun. Yeah. Okay.
That is where you left off. It is right now, I would say, around 9 a.m.
So now we got messed up a lot over that trip. And I think we kind of, as a party last time, decided that we were going to sleep during the day from now on and move at night so that everyone can see. So for us, it's basically nighttime. Even though we just slept, we kind of got wrecked. Well, you did.
We did all take like a point of exhaustion too, or a couple of us did, right?
You did take a point of exhaustion because you pushed that little bit extra to actually walk into the town of Priapurl. You would have been just short, like 3 to 5 miles short.
And that's yeah.
And it
so
wasn't
that's
all of you;
like-
it was like 2 or 3 of you.
Mm-hmm.
But assuming you actually get a long rest in, that point of exhaustion will go away.
Yeah, so this is like perfect time to go to bed. Unless I mean everything's starting to open, so if we want to hit like, the store or anything. I don't know if anybody needs anything. Are we low on anything?
There's nothing I need.
I'm not too worried about staying here to like learn the town either because we can always do that on the way back. I assume we're coming this way anyway.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean as long as
So we really have no reason to stay here, right?
I mean, the job that we're going to is first come, first serve, so we
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
get moving. And this
Right.
town is tiny. I don't give a shit about
I mean,
it.
at least for sleeping. I'm
Yeah.
down for sleep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we should get a freaking day's rest in.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we gonna do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back outside since we left off inside of the inn.
I'm already.
Yeah,
in my
you were
room.
all-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
we
all
in there
inside of the
saying
inn, and
hi
you were
all
all
that
offered a
stuff.
room.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
I'm gonna go to what was his name, Bren.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go up to Bren and just kind of like look up at him, or I guess I'd be slightly below him. I'd look up at him and just say, "So, where's my room?"
That's on the main floor over here. It is utilized generally for those of some sort of disability. It's a wider door, double door, and a large room. You may not be supported by the bed, but if you need any sort of cushioning, I'll be sure to take it off the bed for you.
I've never slept on cushioning before. That sounds
that
nice.
You might like it.
That sounds nice.
You and your friends paid for a good rest. Oh,
And then I'll just walk by him toward the room and say, "Make it so."
okay. he walks in ahead of you, opens the double doors, pulls the bedding off of the frame and puts it on the floor, spreads out the blankets and such for you, and then kind of tucks you in for a day's rest.
Yeah, when he tucks me in, I'm gonna do like the little cat thing where you just go in circles way too many times and you're just constantly pushing on the cushions.
You just see him like walk forward, walk back, walk forward, waiting for you to get that nice little, when are you going to stop this? When are you going to stop this?
And then I'll plop down in my little ball.
All right.
Anybody else with special bedding requests?
Yeah, I was just gonna tug on his sleeve and go, "Where's my room?"
Most of your other rooms are upstairs. It's labeled on the key that each of you have after paying for your rooms.
Shadow looks down at this normal key, but like looks huge in his hands.
Yeah, every key has a little leather tag with a Roman numeral number system, and it's basically mimicked on the door what would be yours.
He'll just nod, and you just see him head up the stairs.
I'd pick up my St. Bernard-sized badger and walk up the stairs after Shadow.
Well, anybody else got their thing they're gonna do?
Carl's just gonna go up to his room and just kind of like, is there like a foot locker or something in it?
Yeah.
Or like any sort of, okay, he will kind of like push that into the middle of the room and kind of like get into position where it was, and then he'll turn into a copy of it.
All right.
I love it.
And then he goes to sleep.
Some more?
I will just, I got the key in my hand, and I follow Shadow and Carl
Okay.
to my room, and that is that.
I'm gonna walk up to him and tell him two things. First off, I'm guessing you're not probably gonna be here, or at least not clocked in around 7 to 9 p.m. tonight or so, or are you?
Oh, I take a 12-hour shift and split it with my sister.
Okay, so we should be waking up. We can at least eat before we go if we need to. Okay,
Yes.
that's pretty much all I wanted to make sure. And then secondly, if you smell or hear anything weird out of my room, don't come in, and I will clean it. And then I walk away.
He has this puzzled look on his face, and just is like, okay, it'll be cleaned. Okay. All right. So you all head to your rooms, take your long rest. It is around about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. By the time your long rest would come to an end.
Oh, that was
It's
a
up
lot
to you
earlier
all.
than I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot 9 a.m. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking it was noon. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I wake up and, tidy up my altar and my weird candles and burning leaves and shit and blood. And make my way down for, breakfast. And, seeing as it's afternoon,
Right.
and have a spot of ale too if this town isn't dry, goddamn.
No. As you had encountered before, Bren was able to give you your coffee and whiskey at the morning, considering that was what was requested. And now it's a side of ale and roast beef with potatoes.
Ooh, I am very down for that. I wish I had
Yeah.
that IRL right now. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
How far away from the kitchen where Sean's at now is my room?
Yours would be on roughly the other side of the building.
Okay, then he wouldn't really hear anything, but I'm still passed out in my room.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, and how much is my meal and
Meal was
Probably
included
like
in the room charge.
2 ales, probably, I would guess.
The 2 ales will put you back about 2 silver, but the
Okay.
meal was included in the room charge.
Right. I just want to make sure I'm keeping track of my moonies.
Yep.
Got it.
Anyone else?
I guess everyone else is just staying asleep.
Yeah, I'm
Carl will
not doing nothing.
come down the stairs. Basically, like you see, I'm assuming it was just like a regular size, kind of like small trunk footlocker thing that was at the base of the bed.
Yeah, it was about 2.5 feet wide by about 18 inches tall, and about 8 inches deep. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So
You copied it pretty well, but while you were sleeping, you noticed that it was not disturbed. Nothing seemed to miss as the way you had left it.
all right, perfect. Well, he's gonna leave that footlocker in the middle of the room, and while still being a footlocker, he's gonna start growing kind of like spider legs.
Mhm.
Out, and he's gonna crawl up to the door and like open the door and come down the stairs as the footlocker. And once he finally gets into the lobby and kind of he sees one of the eyes pop open on like the side, he'll just kind of like look at. I'm sorry, Bren is the guy that's running the place.
Yeah,
Fuck.
or his sister.
No, Bren is currently running the inn.
Okay, he's gonna kind of look at him and then like start turning back into the chest form. And once he's finally hit chest form, he'll recast his disguised self back into his fat drow form. Alright. Has a good nap. He'll kind of wander up and, what do you got for food?
Yeah, he doesn't really notice the change that had occurred. He's too preoccupied, I guess. As he turns back to you, he says, roast beef and potatoes for dinner tonight. Breakfast, I guess. Nocturnal creatures as you may be.
I mean, And Carl kind of looks at himself and looks at him and slowly blinks one eye and then the other. I mean, but eyes like these, tend to do better at night. But just put it all in a bucket and I'll just take it over to the table.
Okay. It's almost the exact same size meal as Yorn was served, just in a bucket like you requested.
Or a bowl.
It's a little, it's a little dissatisfying, the quantity, but the flavor is superb.
Oh yeah, Carl just like opens up wide and just holds up the little bowl and just dumps it straight in and puts it back on the table and just eats it all in one shot.
So, what kind of door is for my room?
Basically a barn door.
Yeah, no, it's a double door with paddle handles and hinges that open in toward the door or in toward the room.
Okay, in toward
I
the
still think
bedroom.
it's bold of you to assume that people would care about handicapped people in the mini villages.
Hey, it's a very progressive small town.
Priapurl is progressive as fuck. Yeah.
So
They have to accommodate in any and every way, shape, or form.
Yeah, this is current time, man.
Money's money.
okay, so these doors don't have any kind of lock on it. Like the foot handle just opens the door. That you were saying.
It's not a foot handle; it's a paddle handle.
Paddle handle.
Like you would have at a front door instead of a knob.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's like
So I can still open that thing myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well then,
You can find a way to manipulate it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna open that door. Come on out, and I'll go to Bren as well, and I'll just my head kind of sort of rests against the counter, and I'll go. I need a lot of food.
Do you?
And then I'll
Do I
stand up on
notice
my.
him walk over at the bar? Is that easy? Like,
Excuse me?
Like, would I be able to notice him walk over at the bar?
Oh yeah, it's a giant land shark.
Yeah, it's hard to miss.
Yeah, right. Do I go?
So the kitchen area would be much closer, like where you guys are actually being served the food. The dining area is a lot closer to what Graw's room was. It was the kitchen that was on the opposite side.
Yeah, so I see him, and I realize or at least guess, he's probably asking for food. So I kind of, yell out mid crunching on my own shit and slurping down some ale. Yeah, you probably don't have to worry about cooking it. Ask him, but he's usually pretty cool with raw meat. Just that way it saves you some time in the kitchen.
Yeah, so as he says that, I'll turn back to Bren and just give this big smile. I'm already starting to drool.
I'll see what we have, but
I yell out again, he's got money, don't worry, he's good for it.
money isn't. And he turns around and goes back to the kitchen, tries to find what he can. Like you hear tossing going around in the kitchen, doors opening and slamming shut, like panic.
They're like, bring the bison.
Comes back out, empty-handed. We don't have a lot. This shit.
All you'll see is me squint, and I'll just go, and then I'll just turn around and leave the building.
Oh, we can give you the meal that was complimented with your room, but based on your size and request, I don't know if that would be enough. I apologize.
Slam my ale.
We can give you what would be 3 more portions for 6 silver if you can.
My head will perk up, and I'll turn around, go back to the counter, and say, "All right, fine. Here's your money." And I'll just
Picking it up onto the counter.
like some slime just goes against his arms.
Using your tongue, I assume, to delineate. Oh no, that's a copper piece. That's gold. I want that one.
Yeah.
He runs back and preps your 4 dishes, but is on like a large carving platter rather than what would have been a plate that Yorn had
Right.
been served on. But yeah, you get your meal. It's very, very good.
I slam my
Like for
beer
Carl, a little less satisfying than you wanted though.
and ask for 2 this time, and one of them I give to Gra.
Mm-hmm.
And then because I had so much fun watching him, ask for food, I go, "You ever met a drunk one of these?" as he brings over his ale, and then laugh at him as I grab my third and keep going.
As he's,
Mark down another 4 for you, Yorn. Another 4 silver.
Gotcha.
walking by with all of the booze and stuff, you just see him. Like, you see Carl, the bowl is like a foot away from his face, and you see his tongue just kind of reaching out and licking it out. He looks over to the barkeep as he just lets go of the plate and just kind of just starts licking the whole bowl.
Yeah.
Good food.
So I guess Shadow will start coming down.
All
Makes
right.
his way over to the counter. Does he even notice me with what's going on?
No, it's too chaotic right now, trying to like scrounge around the various meals that are being requested, the size and quantity, the panic of it all, and then be like, I gotta feed it alcohol now. No.
You see Shadow just kind of look up at the counter and sigh as he drags a chair over and hops up on it.
Okay. As soon as the platter is placed and the 2 tankards are set, he notices you and just, I'll be right back. Drink.
You just see Shadow shake his head.
Oh, good. All right. And he runs off and grabs you your meal, and 5 minutes later has it back. It's almost as if they were prepped ahead of time, but not necessarily
For humans.
Yeah. No, definitely not for your type.
I mean, what does
They are
mine look
making
like?
Brett. It's roughly the same meal for everyone. It is
Yeah,
like
it's like
4.
beef
It's like
potatoes.
it's 4 carving slices of roast beef and about a potato and a half.
Well, I didn't need, as much as the other boys, but
I was gonna say I would figure mine would look a little bit more like a kid's meal version.
yeah.
Nope, same size.
Well,
So if you want to parse out a little extra because you're not getting.
So Shadow, like as he hops up and food comes over, he puts his key back on the counter and nods his head and then goes, "Do you have milk by chance?"
Milk.
Donnie.
oh, no.
Milk is most important with a meal.
Donnie.
Do we hear that at our table over all our thing and washing of booze?
No, you're
Okay.
he's so soft spoken. Creature
I was
as it
planning
is.
to laugh and point, but okay.
Yeah, no. He's so soft spoken of a creature as is. Hey, of course we have some. One moment. Runs back, opens up a drawer of sort, and you hear glass clanging. Pours you a glass and comes back out with it.
You'll just see him nod as he goes over to the table, and Shadow's gonna. He'll probably eat about half of it,
Okay.
and then he'll just look over to Carl and just kind of go, "Do you want the rest of this?"
Sure. You just see him not even like grab it with his hands. He just takes the whole plate with his tongue and just rolls it into himself.
No.
He just,
Wait,
just kind of,
no.
you don't hear crunching noises. You just kind of see him just like swishing it around a bit and just like, that's good. And he lays the tongue out with the silverware nicely on top of it and just kind of sets the plate back down. It's all slimy.
Oh.
Shadow's just gonna kind of keep drinking his milk and just kind of go, "Okay."
Hearing
Thanks.
all the
Yeah, go
sorry,
ahead.
sorry
Some
about
more.
that. Yes, hearing all the commotion, all the clanging of plates and everything else, I head down to
Yeah.
the hallway. I look in, and I look back towards the kitchen, and I look back in again, and I ask, "What the hell's going on here?"
Fire Eyes, come have a seat. We're all drinking and having. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Of course,
Where you're
but
at.
you know I don't drink. But I pull up a chair next to Yorn.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was just gonna quietly keep drinking his milk. As he says that we're all drinking.
Gra, are you drinking alcohol? The alcohol was offered to you by Yorn.
Yeah, I bought you a glass.
It was
Sure,
a
but
tankard.
okay,
It was a
so
tankard.
I guess.
so to wrap up eating, I wasn't able to really move that thing around, so I had to eat at the bar where he handed it to me. So you just see me like hunched up on the counter, my paws on the side of the counter.
Oh
and
no,
just,
no,
like,
no! Realizing your size and the way
Oh, he
you
brought
was,
it
was
over?
placed on the floor. Placed on the floor. Not going to risk having you break the bar or a table.
Well, as he puts it on the floor, I'm gonna look at him just a little pissed off, just fine. And then I'll just slobber it down, like spit and fucking saliva's going everywhere as I wolf this down. And then I'll go join the crew.
Okay.
And I'll go up to Yorn and say, like, so you were talking about drinking?
Yeah, your mug is right here, bud. And I slide it to you.
I'll just put the whole thing in my mouth and eat it.
Make a Constitution saving throw. This is a new sustenance to you.
Fantastic.
No!
Oh no.
Karma.
So
Karma.
the alcohol hits very warmly.
Mm.
And you go from being a little upset that he put it on the floor to not caring whatsoever, and that Yorn is the absolute most entertaining person in the room.
All right. Well, as that hits me, you'll see my body just kind of loosen up. I kind of hunch over a little bit more, and I'll just like rub up against Yorn's thigh. And I kind of look up at him and go, "That's pretty good."
I see you don't drink often, bud. How you feeling?
What do you mean I don't drink? I drink all the time, just out of the river.
Where's Mushroom Man?
Hasn't come down yet.
I'm in my room playing with my
Did
badger.
you have a room or are you just
Playing with
outside?
your badger.
Yeah, no, everyone had a room, and he went up to his room with the badger.
Mhm. Oh, speaking of which, real quick, because I haven't made a check today, can I attempt to play the flute a bit better? Or the pipes?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Would I know what alcohol
You've had
is?
one success thus far, right?
Yep, just one.
Ooh.
Nope.
God damn, your performance is +0.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, other than trying to spend half an hour doing that, I am entertaining myself with the badger.
All right.
Okay. Did you nail it?
Oh no, he did not.
Jeez.
It wasn't a bad attempt. It just wasn't enough.
What's he need to roll? Like a 15?
No,
I mean,
so
I probably don't know
this
that.
this is for all of you, just in case there's something that you want to become proficient with that you are not.
Oh, okay.
How I'm going to run this is there will be a particular check that you need to make. It needs to be just a standardized check, no sort of inspiration, no aid or assistance, just a check. And if you make said check, you're only allowed to do it once per day, and the DC progressively goes down
Okay.
until you hit a certain threshold, and then you are proficient with it.
Oh,
It'll never
perfect.
go back up, but it will continually progress downward.
Yorn would like to make a proficiency check with his masterworked hammer. I know, I'm kidding.
You're already proficient. It's not our fault that the dice say otherwise.
He wants a chance to hit something with it.
Yeah, I would like to hit something just once. Maybe I'll just use it for nails.
All right.
But yeah, so we're all partying. So whenever Spore Cap comes down,
Mm-hmm.
are you gonna feed the? Do you have to feed the badger?
No.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say that might be a little expensive. It's fairly big.
No, none of the animals have to sleep either. Great.
They're magical.
Yep.
Magical, and they last upwards of 1 full day.
Neat.
But yeah. So, at some point during your performances, which probably had an influence on as to why you weren't as confident as you were that other night, you heard a bunch of ruckus going on downstairs of people eating loudly, being joyous, and laughing their asses off. Some heavy footfalls and tumbling of what you assume might be Graw not finding his feet all too well.
Hmm.
God, how big was that cup? Was it like a stein?
It was a
Yeah.
stein. It
Oh,
was a
okay.
tankard.
Okay, that makes
They
more
come in
sense.
pints.
You are totally new to it.
He drinks all the time.
I'm guessing I
You're
don't
used-
know.
You're used to blood and bile.
Yeah, I'm guessing I don't even know what alcohol is.
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Perfect.
glad you're having a good time, Gra.
I always have a good time.
That you do.
This is after our long rest, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
He'll sober up on the walk.
Yeah, I'll come downstairs once I hear everyone shouting and
Oh, we're
Graw falling
shouting.
over.
We're
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much so shouting.
All right. So yeah,
Badger still exists, right?
yeah, the badger still exists.
Awesome.
Bren comes up to you and asks, "Will you be needing any food?"
I shake my head.
And your pet?
I shake my head.
Your pet didn't leave anything up there for me, did he?
I shake my head.
He comes up to your ear and whispers, "You're the best customer."
I give him a thumbs up.
Wow. That's some bullshit.
Just- Well, the person that needed the absolute least from him probably had a little bit of an edge above everyone else. Not that you added to any of the chaos, Shadow. Just it was a chaotic moment. Go on, sorry.
I put a gold piece in my hand and I extend it towards him.
He takes it gladly. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please come with less people next time.
I
All right.
see you. Mushroom Man! Barkeep, do you have any unfermented beer?
No, we only have a single cask. Sorry,
Well.
we get our drink from Proskier. They have a tendency of making most of the local area's ale, and we don't get too many shipments from them all that often, and we're down to our last cask.
Understandable. Mushroom Man, next time we're in Proskier, I'll get you a mug.
I nod.
Okay. So, your rooms are paid for, your meals have been delivered. Not that I want you to leave, I really do. But will you all be heading out? With a shit-eating grin and just like, "Can I clean up, please?" expression on his face.
I'm gonna hobble back to my feet, kind of get in front of the group between Bren and the group. I'm gonna look up to him and go, "You put my food on the floor. I didn't like that. So I thought about eating you. I thought about it, but I'm not gonna do
Thank
it.
you for not eating me.
I won't do it right now. 'Cause
Tilly
it-
would not have been happy.
'cause-
Okay.
Who?
Tilly?
Whatever. Anyway, we got things to do, right, guys? And I'm gonna look back to the
Hell
group.
yeah! Nice slam another.
You're not white girl wasted, but all right.
I don't know how to gauge how drunk I am. If I being a big dragon lizard boy and I take down a stein, how like would it be lightly tipsy?
No,
You wouldn't be like-
you had the best beer coat on. It was that warm, fuzzy feeling.
Oh, okay, then I'm fine.
And
Whatever.
everyone is far more joyful and
Yeah,
like the most
you
charismatic people and how they act. That's who you're gravitating to.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Never
First
mind.
time you had like 2 beers, it's like that.
Okay, then yeah, I still say that, but less hiccupy.
There you go. There you go. There you go. I'm not a fan, but next time,
Yeah.
table.
And
This place was pretty okay, but put that food on my floor? I don't think about that.
hey,
was a
Carl,
plate.
you kind of look over at him like, so well, being who he is, he doesn't necessarily like eating people. Your bones are a little too crunchy. He's gotta take his claws and get the meat off first. Me, on the other hand, because if you know anything about Drow, we love eating people. Don't worry, this was great. Loved it. Fantastic meal. A plus. I would absolutely hand you money instead of eating you. Don't worry about it. And oh yeah, sorry. And he reaches his tongue over and picks up the plates and like Shadow's plates and silverware in his bowl and brings it over and sets it on the table or sets it on the counter in front of him.
Very
And kind of like, oh yeah, and there you go. Help make it a little easier for you.
That's very, very kind, very weird, but very kind. Thank you. Thank you.
Remember, half chest, half drow, half dwarf.
I'm pretty sure Kevdek took a note of that, but okay. All right.
He's such
Is
a
that
good
why there were
liar.
2 chests in your room?
Well, yes, yeah. At night, I'm a wear chest. I turn to a chest at night.
It was at noon, but all right, okay, all right.
Yeah. And one of these days, I'll be half Kevdek too.
I like. Is this like your sub goal to just traumatize every town we go to?
the most fun part. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just
What is he? Human? Elf? Half elf?
no,
half human?
we're all human here in Priapurl.
One of these days, I'll be half human too.
Okay, all right. Just not Kevdek, please.
He
Or
starts
Tilly
getting
or me.
smaller and turns into a very fat drow boy, and he's like, "I'm gonna be a real boy someday," and starts waddling back to the table.
All right. So right now it's pushing about. You guys have been at this for a couple of hours now.
Yeah,
It's pushing more closer to 7. The sun has set. Are you guys going to continue forward? Are you going to venture forward in your journey?
Oh, I think we should get moving. But
Absolutely, it is perfect.
as we're leaving the inn, I'm just gonna be like up against Yorn, and I'm just gonna look up to him and be like, what was that thing you gave me? That was
That's
pretty
called
good.
ale, man, and it is fucking awesome, isn't it? And then as I'm saying that, I have like 2 silver in my hand, and I just kind of shake / pass that on to the to the bartender as, as a thank you for a good time as we all depart.
Yeah, as I walk towards the door, I grab the badger and I grab Shadow like a surfboard and I start walking out.
Okay.
Yeah, Shadow just basically got a look on his face like, this is my life now.
I'm no longer independent. I am an item.
Like he's just sitting there like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you venture forward. You start to leave.
yeah.
Okay. On your journeys, for the most part, unceremonious, I would like Sorry.
Oh, do we all get to do perception checks? This is my favorite part. When there's so much
Yeah.
dice on the
Yes,
screen.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. What do we get
Graw.
killed by this time?
Graw, please roll a D100.
Oh, okay.
I hate you, Andy.
We're all dead.
See, but he's arguing that it's our fault that
All
we
right,
rolled
so
through this
71 wolves show up.
7,500 wolves.